Greetings everyone, welcome back to Blade Bias. Tonight, I wanted to do a video talking about what I'm personally excited for Blade Show, because I kind of did a video talking about my plans for Blade Show and how I wanted people to come up and what you guys might want to be excited for Blade Show. But I want to talk about what I'm excited for Blade Show specifically. What ballad songs do I want to flip? What am I excited to do? Is there anyone I'm excited to meet? You know, all of that stuff. So, we will do that in just a second after I tighten up the Zen pin screws on the Series V2, which I'm going to show some love today because I don't show the Series enough love, even though it flips so well. I do want to apologize for my flipping the past few days because I'll be honest, boys, I have not been flipping much. And that's not because like I'm over here like, oh, I'm losing interest in the hobby or whatever. Like that is certainly not true. I am still very invested in what we've got going on here. That one was pretty loose. But I've spent a lot of time over the summer. I've spent more time hanging out with my buddies from college than I really expected that I would, and that's just kind of taken a little bit of priority. But we will get back into the swing of things. I think I'm kind of waiting for Blade Show to really dive back into everything, because I do want to do a summer of flipping. I really want to learn more tricks, kind of like I did for that month of flipping a few months ago, which I will make a video on eventually. But it is also kind of nice because that means that month of flipping video is probably going to be like the most up-to-date thing talking about my flipping. Anyway, I'm rambling. That's not about Blade Show. So Blade Show. There are two very specific things that I'm excited to do. One, I am excited to flip ballad songs, obviously, duh. And two, I'm excited to hang out with the community, obviously, duh. But I'll talk about that in a little bit more detail about what I'm specifically more excited to do. So one thing is this year I would really like, I think I'm going to start planning. It's going to be a busy week in the lead up to Blade Show because actually that week starts in like 2 days before I leave. Anyway, it's going to be kind of a busy week with me planning out what videos I want to do. I would really enjoy doing some in-person collabs specifically with like Brandon. Because, you know, we have the podcast together, so I would really like to do something in person maybe for that. We have a few ideas maybe that we'll get to. But yeah, Brandon's obviously one that I really want to do something in person with, just because we spend so much of our time collabing in a digital way. Doing it in a more physical, like in-person way would be very cool. But I'm also just excited. I'm going to make a plan more specifically to what kind of video I want to film for Blade Show this year. That's the reason my video took so long last year. It's because I didn't have a clear vision. And I just kept putting off making the video, and I had laptop issues that were kind of contributing to that. But mainly I just didn't have like a very big overarching plan on what I wanted to do. But also it's going to be busy because I have to pre-record stuff for Blade Bias to be out while I'm gone. I was overthinking it a bit. I was like, no one's going to want to watch ballad song videos while Blade Show's going on, so maybe I shouldn't even do it. And then I remembered that most people aren't going to Blade Show, so that would just be a very stupid line of thinking. So that's going to be fun, but oh my gosh, I'm rambling again, sorry. What am I excited to flip at Blade Show specifically? I think the biggest thing is a bunch of machine-wise stuff. We obviously have the Sasori and the Totori, which the price has been revealed on now. I'm much more, still not super interested in the designs, but much more interested in the designs now that we know how much they're going to cost and that they're not just going to abandon the price points of the old stuff. They kind of are. Things are definitely getting more expensive, but certainly not as expensive as I really expected they were going to, given the relative, how do I say this, sale decline of ballad songs the past few months. So I am excited to try those things out. Maybe I'll do a video on them while I'm there. I don't really want to promise any Blade Bias content from Blade Show, just because filming with a head mount in this audio configuration at the loudest place that you could go for ballad songs probably isn't the greatest. Actually, Bite Handle Rave will probably top that for the loudest place you could go for ballad songs. But I'm also really interested in trying a Speed Channel Prisma Pro. I am also really interested in trying an Opus again. Basically, this year at Blade Show, I think, is the first year that I would actually consider myself a fairly competent flipper, especially since the last time I went to Blade Show, I now have the understanding of what makes like good distribution and what really affects things on a ballad song. So I think flipping things, I'm going to have a far more different perspective than I used to. Whereas before I just kind of like, you know, oh, look at me behind the 8-ball. Oh, that behind the 8-balled really well, and that's about it. So I'm excited to try most things that I can again, just to really build up kind of my knowledge base on ballad songs. Because I do feel that I have a pretty good understanding of weight distribution, balance, all that stuff. So those are the main things. There was another one that I was particularly interested in trying, but it's evading my mind right now. Someone brought it up on stream, and I remember going, yes, I really want to try one of those. I forgot that existed. I don't know what it is. Shoot. But yeah, the machine-wise stuff, Speed Channel Prisma Pro, Opus, just filling out my knowledge of machine-wise would be nice. Squid with the Squiddy XL. I think that thing's going to cost way too much for me to actually want to buy one, but I would like to try one. Because the Mega songs are pretty cool, but I'm always scared because that's big heavy metal thing that even if it's not sharp, it's going to pinch the shit out of you. The Squiddy XL might not. Maybe it will. Who knows? But the other thing I'm excited to do is just hang out with the community. I already mentioned Brandon. I can't really say that I'm specifically interested to meet anyone particularly. Like new. If I have already met you, then obviously I'm excited to hang out again. Like we're talking like Pyro, Brandon, Will, Sam, all the people like that. I'm missing a whole bunch. I'm sorry. But like specific new people, I know Dasuko's going. That'll be pretty cool. But usually I don't really set my focus on like, oh, who am I excited to meet that's new? Because then I kind of pigeonhole myself into wanting to meet those people and not being open to meeting a whole bunch of other people. So, and usually I find the people that I'm expecting not to really meet at all are the people that I end up hanging out with the most. Or enjoying hanging out with the most, I should say. The first year I went, I did not expect Will and Brandon to want to hang out like at all. And then we just kind of hung out a lot. So it was pretty cool. So I'm kind of thinking there's going to be a bunch of people there that I'm like, they're going to be super cool to meet. They'll be super cool to hang out with. So it'll be cool. And obviously you have like the flipping circles. It's one of my favorite things of Blade Show that anyone can just kind of sit down and eventually it will become a flipping circle. And generally you can join those flipping circles and they're full of people who aren't content creators or aren't anything like that. And you can just have a conversation. The common interest thing just goes so deep. And I love it. So yeah, that's pretty cool. I am excited for Blade Show in a lot of different ways. I am not excited for Blade Show in the sense that I have to leave my home for a week and a half, leave all the people in my life for a week and a half, and prepare videos for all of that. But such is the way. Got to do what you got to do. I am genuinely excited. It's going to be such a cool trip. Hopefully we get to meet all of you guys out there. So, excuse me. I will leak pretty fun bonus bias coming, I think tomorrow. If you've been interested in hearing me blab on about 21 Pilots at all, you might be interested in that particular bonus bias. But yeah, plenty more where that came from. I have a lot of bonus biases and main videos planned for the week that I'm away. So hopefully I can get all that done. And I also kind of hope that I pre-record more than I need, because then that means I get a few days after to decompress. Especially if you get con sickness. I didn't even think about that. I'll probably have to prepare extra videos for if I get sick after Blade Show. Because, like, flying back home after spending the entire weekend talking to Ballasong people and then breaking out a Ballasong and recording another video, probably not going to be a thing that I want to do. So I'm going to prepare more than I think I need. That would probably be smart. Anyway, real-time realizations of my content aside, thank you all for watching. I hope to see some of you at Blade Show. It's coming up. And I'll see you guys tomorrow, I guess. Maybe. See you.